You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. About 24 House Republicans stormed a closed-door deposition today in a secure area to complain about the Democratic-led impeachment inquiry. Here they are explaining why they acted like thugs.
I'm gathered here with dozens of my congressional colleagues underground in the basement of the Capitol, because if behind those doors they intend to overturn the results of an American presidential election, we want to know what's going on.
What is Adam Schiff trying to hide? I think that's a question so many people have, so many of my colleagues have, so many people in the press should have, is through those hidden closed doors over there, Adam Schiff is trying to impeach a president of the United States.
We're going to go and see if we can get inside. So let's see if we can get in.
This was a political stunt. The conservative lawmakers, led by Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida, barged into the deposition and demanded they be allowed to see the closed-door proceedings from members of 3 committees planned to interview Deputy Assistant Defense Secretary Laura Cooper as part of the impeachment probe into Donald Trump. Lots of arguing, bickering back and forth, Democrats shouting at Republicans. And one Republican lawmaker actually recorded what took place in that room, even though recording devices are not allowed in that room, and then posted it on social media. Let's go to our panel. Long Victoria Burke, NNPA. Also, Mustafa Santiago Ali, Vice President, Environmental Justice and Climate and Community Revitalization, the National Wildlife Federation. Dr. Cleo Monago, political analyst. Lauren, I'll start with you. You, of course, cover Capitol Hill. The games Republicans are playing here are clear. They're trying to scuttle these significant witnesses. Yesterday, Donald Trump tried to distract us by throwing out lynching in one of his tweets. We didn't take the bait. And now, of course, you have these shenanigans today. At the end of the day, what they do not like is the fact that there are Republicans who are testifying, who are not trying to fall on their sword for Donald Trump because they're not trying to go to jail.
Right, and likely what was going on here is, of course, Laura Cooper had something to say that was extremely damaging to the President of the United States. And as you saw, Matt Gaetz and the rest of these people decided to do something that, interestingly enough, is not against the law for these members. Of course, Congress exempts itself from most laws anyway. It's against a oath that the members take when they go into a SCIF, which is a secure area. So there's not a whole lot of recourse that Speaker Pelosi can undertake. I believe she was at her brother's funeral today, so I think she was not there. Interestingly enough, they were going to do this last week, and their plan to do it last week was delayed by the death of Elijah Cummings that happened the morning that on the day that they were going to do this. Anyway, obviously a stunt, obviously something that they want to divert. I mean, their whole PR game is always about deflection. It is always about changing the topic. And so when you look at the footage from this of people, same usual suspects, Mo Brooks, Louis Gohmert, Andy Biggs, these are the biggest protectors of the president. These are the people who are probably hearing from their constituents that this is the greatest thing in the world. And so they'll continue to do this. Their problem is going to be at some point, it's not just going to be the sergeant at arms that has to come into the room and tell, or Val Demings, Congresswoman Demings, who was a police chief in Florida, telling them that they're crazy to get out. At some point, they are going to be violating the law, because they will be obstructing the investigation of the House. But their little stunt today, which, of course, was, I'm sure, well thought out. They thought about what the ramifications were. They knew that it was a relatively minor violation of House rules. Benny Thompson, who's the chair of Homeland Security, already sent out a letter saying that there needs to be a reminder to members about security, but I don't think it's a violation of law. But I would, of course, no one is going to put it past these people to violate the law in the process of this investigation.
It's not an issue, Mustafa, necessarily violating the law. The problem here is that what you're dealing with Republicans is that they do not want people to actually know what took place. Yesterday, you had the Ukrainian ambassador to the United States, the U.S. ambassador to the Ukraine, who testified there was indeed a quid pro quo. Republicans on the Senate side were running away from cameras, not wanting to address this issue. Now, of course, you have the State Department official who has refused to follow the Trump administration. They, of course, told them, hey, do you ignore subpoenas? These folks are saying, damn that, I'm not going to sit there and get my behind a ringer, but this guy is going to throw me under the bus anyway. And Republicans do not want the American people to actually know what happened because they are scared. Donald Trump is scared. You look at his tweets, they know he screwed up. Mick Mulvaney went out there in front of the cameras and admitted a quid pro quo, then tried to walk it back. Nah, player, too late. And this is what these cats don't like.
Right. The Republicans are shook. There's no other way to kind of say it because they know. I mean, it's just amazing the amount of folks who are standing up, doing the right thing and testifying. And as they continue to testify, as they continue to put a spotlight on these injustices that the administration has done, that the president has done, then they know that the American folks are going to start to pay more attention. And then that is going to lead more people to get behind the impeachment drive that's going on. So there is a process that's going on. And, you know, they're finding themselves in an extremely difficult position. And they're going to be held accountable also for not doing the right thing and helping the American people to see the fullness of what truly has gone on.
Cleo, it's fairly laughable to see Republicans falling over themselves, doing their best not to try to scuttle what's going on because they know this guy has screwed up. They know the BS. We had to deal with Devin Nunes and all of his drama, what Gaetz and all these fools are doing, and then you got Senator Tim Scott and Senator Lindsey Graham trying to say, oh, yeah, this is a witch hunt or whatever. I mean, they will cover up anything this guy does in order to hold on to power. No morals, no values, no ethics.
Well, what we are witnessing is desperation. I mean, they hope, I think, that Trump will not do nothing else problematic. He continues to do something else problematic. That's why the Republican Party right now is splintered between people who are on his side, as you mentioned, not wanting to fall on the sword for him anymore. So I'm just wondering how it's going to all turn out. And I don't mean just the impeachment process, but what are American citizens going to do? What are Republicans going to do when they have this desperate, dysfunctional mess and this person who's breaking laws and doing what's essentially treason? I want to know what the public's going to do because there's still people in Trump's corner. He even has people who qualify as black saying that he's a wonderful person and support him. So what's going to be interesting to me is to see how this all falls out because they're desperate and they caved in there and broke some minor laws to distract. But as we all know, ultimately it's not going to work. The distractions are not going to continue to work. Somehow they're going to have to face the music. And then what's going to happen with Republicans? What are they going to do? That's what I want to know. And I want to also, I can't wait to find out when the presidential candidacy, when the run occurs, because are we going to vote for Warren, who's at the top of the list, supposedly, a woman, a white woman, or for Trump?
First of all, we're a long way from even voting. Bottom line here is what they're scared of. They are scared of actual testimony where individuals are corroborating. And then what they're afraid of is this other guy who committing perjury and lying in his testimony. And so it's real interesting to see what happens. They're going to keep playing games. But the bottom line is, as Mustafa said, they are shook.
Well, their fear is about to get realized because there's going to be a vote in the House and there's going to be an impeachment trial in the Senate. So, I mean, I don't. This idea that they're going to block something, they're not in the majority. Actually, I think what they're doing is they will have more votes on the Democratic side with this nonsense.
Which is why they're desperate and why they're
and the testimony and what they're afraid of. They're afraid of the testimony being actually revealed and people actually hearing what folks are saying, and then it's like, okay. Do you want to lie?
Right.
Or do you want to tell the truth? And that's what we're actually going to see.
Then you have to defend it.
Supreme Court case. Well, right. That's my point. We know he's going to lie. So, I mean, he'll lie about a lie about a lie. And that's what Donald Trump, all he does. That's why I would say hashtag Trump lives matter. All right, folks, back to that Roland Unfiltered video in just one moment. Luxe Jazz experience taking place in Cabo, November 7th through the 11th. Of course, if you want to attend, go to lifeluxejazz.com, LIFELUXEJAZZ.com. But if you cannot be in Cabo for those 4 days, 14 different amazing artists, then of course you could live stream it. Get your live stream pass at gfntv.com. That's gfntv.com. As I said, amazing artists: Gerald Albright, Alice Bouillon, Kirk Whalum, Donna McClurkin, Shalia, Roy Ayers. Man, it's going to be an unbelievable 3-day extravaganza, and so look forward to you participating. And again, get your live streaming pass to cover those 3 days, all 14 concerts. You'll be able to watch right here on your phone, on your iPad, computer. Does not matter. Go to gfntv.com. That's gfntv.com to get your live stream pass. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.